Ladies and gentlemen, I am the NOW World Heavyweight Champion Killer Reese.
And I'm Scarlett Bordeaux.
You're watching Ope-Eh three-way.
Oh, hey there, and welcome to the Ope-Eh three-way pro wrestling podcast on the Main Event Wrestling Network. I am Donnie, and I'm joined by Pierce and Brandon, the OG Ope-Eh three-way. How you boys doing today?
So much better now that you're here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes! I love that!
It's about damn time, Donnie. About damn time. A newly married man, no less.
Yeah, married.
Look at you, you're glowing.
Official.
Congratulations, big dog. How you feeling about it?
I was there.
Ah, yes, Pierce was there. We should have got a T-shirt printed for it, just like WrestleMania. But
I had some of those T-shirts too. So, but I didn't buy them.
it was a good wedding. Honestly, not nearly as stressful as people would make it out to be. Marta did an awesome job on her stuff. I did a fantastic job on my stuff. Not biased in that assessment whatsoever.
No.
Day went smooth. Can't really complain with anything that happened. Venue was great. Food was great. People were great. Gifts were great. All that stuff was great. And now we're married. And yeah, so now back to the Ope-Eh three-way.
Hey!
What this means is that this man has some free time, and it's not going to be like it was in the beginning, but he's going to basically be on when he can be, but a lot more frequently than he was.
Hell yeah, it won't be a once in every 6 months kind of deal. We're rolling with one a month. We're gonna work with that. Obviously, if there's like big shows that need to be talked about, I'll jump on and I'll do my best to come on the Hot Take Emporium every quarter when we do those. So yeah, you're gonna see.
I'm still pushing for you to go on a dusty finish on the old main event net.
Yeah, let's not push our luck, but let's say more Canadian, which is what we want. A lot more anti-Austin Theory. Shout out Grayson Waller.
Wow.
One time
You sure did pick the occasion.
Hey.
Yep.
All right.
Oh,
What do we
this
got on
feels
the
like
show
old
today,
times.
today, boys?
Well, we got Summerslam over the weekend. We were there. It was the first Summerslam we attended. Great 2 nights of wrestling, if I do say so myself. But we're not alone today. We are joined by somebody who was at SummerSlam with us.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh,
our
hell yeah.
boy, H.Kain.
Fellas,
Hey, Hkain.
What's up?
Mr. 414.
fellas, thank you for having me again. What's going on?
Good, brother.
Donnie, welcome to the Married Club, man.
Thanks, brother. It's a good place to be, I think.
It's a very good place to
You
be.
think?
I've been there almost
What
4
do you think
years.
is
It's a good place to be.
Congrats, man. Happy for you.
Thank you. Fellas, I haven't seen you guys since it seems like forever, but it was just this weekend.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
it was
like that, man. Just
It
like
went quick.
told you.
So after the show, we went out. The Vikings U.S. Bank Stadium has like a long ship area. Shot a bunch of content, met a bunch of other creators. It was a good time. I think we shot one of our best videos with our friend B Jacobs, where he stole the mic from Hkain and cut a promo, and the mic kept cutting out, and it just was hilarious. So
I do think it would have been a little bit better had the mics would have cooperated more with us so you could hear more of what he was saying, because he was absolutely hilarious. Like he called me Sheldon Benjamin, and he meant to call you Charlie Haas, but he didn't know Charlie Haas's name, so he butchered that. But that
Man, I caught that too.
that was classic.
B. Jones. Okay, Habaka.
Abaka.
Shout out B. Jones.
Yeah, shout him out. Shout out B. Jones.
yeah, shout out to B Jones. Shout out to everybody we met. Big shout out to Muscle Man Malcolm. Oh my God, that guy is cool. Could not be nicer. And then Wheezy Blonde remembered who I was. Had a good conversation catching up. And then we got to meet Pluggo in person. He still does not believe you're real, Donnie. I tried.
I don't know what else I'm supposed to do.
Hey, Wells Mania with the face turn of the century.
Yeah. You've seen the light.
The Canadian.
Yep. Fatherhood is causing to turn off a new leaf.
There we go.
Seen the light in his child's eyes, and I think he's come
it
around
was
to the
more
truth.
the surgery he had last weekend. So shout out Wells. Hope you're healing okay.
Why not though?
And then I met Mr. Jim Tucker and Mr. OTM himself, Kyle. Hung out with them all weekend. And then a bunch of the Warrior Wrestling guys. And Friday night I shut down the bar with them, and
Hell yeah.
it was sick. And then at a different bar we happened to meet Javon Evans. Like,
that's sick.
That was cool.
Just was kind of there. Nice. That's
just
cool.
Shooting Patron and Pickleback. Yeah, it was a good time.
The OG.
Oh yeah.
I owe Brandon and Pierce and them a public apology again. So I just had spine surgery not even a month ago, and I was in so much pain Saturday night. But one of the content creators, her and B Jones, linked her name is Amor Kiki. She's very big too. So she was gonna get us all into Wrestle Lit for free. And
would have been lit.
Javon Evans was there, Jacob Fatu was there, Leo Rush was there,
Funny as hell.
JoJo Offerman was there, Who's Who of Who was there, and we missed it because I was in pain. So I feel bad. So I'm sorry, fellas.
The next one.
Right? Yeah, we got plenty of wrestling to get lit at. So it'll come around again for sure.
They had a Who's Who of Who's there, and that could have opened some doors for us too. Not to mention at the last minute we find out that the Amor Kiki chick used to date Javon Evans. So she said, hey, whenever you guys want to use Javon for something, she could hook that up. So I'll make sure B Jones hooks that up for you guys. Maybe Javon comes on here for an episode. Something, that'd be pretty dope.
After we met him, so we have a buddy, NXT with Najee. Shout out Najee, great dude. He was at NXT every show for 2 years when I was in Orlando, and became good friends with Javon. So I went up to Javon. I was like, "Hey, you're buddies with him, right?" And we kind of got talking on that more than anything. I was like, I told him straight up, like, you guys put your bodies on the line for us every week. Let me buy you a drink. So he shot some tequila, got to talking, and we're just talking, treating each other like real human beings. Because number one, for the people who don't treat them like human beings, fuck you.
Hell yeah, fuck them.
You gotta. They're people too. They're humans. They want some rest. Don't treat them on a pedestal, and also don't treat them like an object. But he kind of like said to me before he left, he's like, "Hey, get good with WWE. I'm gonna come on your fucking pod." I was like, "Hell yeah, man."
We'll figure it out.
But
also, can't forget. I was gonna say, you gotta shout out GSM, brother.
Oh yeah, Graham.
We just had this man on 2 episodes ago.
Finally met him in person. What a great dude. Even better in person. And he took a shot in the dark. So Graham, I don't know if you know this, Donnie, and Hkain, maybe you don't know this too. He has an Intercontinental Championship belt. He has 65 of like the 82 champions who have signed it, including the ones who have now passed on.
That's dope.
He took a shot in the dark on Saturday at they had a WWE World-esque thing called Summerslam Takeover, which I can confidently say was the best of the ones I've been to, because they actually kind of figured out spacing. So you were able to do things until Saturday when it was packed, but Friday was nice. He got Chad Gable to sign it before he won the title, so he took a shot in the dark and he won. So
hell yeah, that was the tipping point. He wasn't going to win until he signed that belt, as far as I'm concerned.
There you go. So
hell yeah.
Shout out to everybody we met over the weekend. What a great weekend. Great time. Before we get into the matches, you got to do this.
You think you know me?
Donnie, your guy.
Well,
but the time he gets to see him in person, he'll be in Ottawa. But
yeah, well.
He's
He's from my hometown, not Toronto. When they say he's from Toronto, like, He's from my actual hometown of 30,000 people, Orangeville, Ontario, Canada. So,
Hey, shout out Orangeville.
Yeah, shout out. So, anyways.
On this day, happy birthday, Uriah Connors, Tony Nese, and WWE Hall of Famer Leah Maivia. That's all I got.
So. Hey, happy birthday to all of them.
Happy birthday.
There's also
you got to sing the whole thing now.
I wasn't going to talk about it, so.
All
right. SummerSlam Saturday is where we're going to start off. Night 1 opened up with Liv Morgan retaining her Women's World Championship against Hkain in about 13 and a half minutes. We were seated on the floor for this. Gotta say, the seats we got were pretty damn good, especially for the price we got them. Don't think I'll ever be on the floor again for a Big Four PLE, unless it comes to Milwaukee, because then absolutely, because I could spend as much money as I fucking want. But as for the match, I thought this was a great way to open the card. It was a very good match, high paced. It had Liv Morgan being her sneaky evil self. It had Io Sky being her flippy best in the world self. And then I really enjoyed the finish with the flip out of the Oblivion into a Codebreaker into another Oblivion. Like, just that sequence was very, very smooth. And it was the correct winner. I think if Io would have won, it would have made Liv Morgan the worst world champion of all time. But Brandon, what do you think of the match?
I thought it was great. I thought it was a great opener, best opener that they could have gone with for that night. I feel as though it showed that Liv does belong in the slot that she's in. I mean, I felt like it was kind of a foregone, as I said last week, a foregone conclusion that Liv was going to come away with this one. There was no way, even if she hadn't defended her title over 100 days, that Liv was going to lose the title on her first defense. And so now that kind of paid its dividend because, following Monday, now we have a little bit of intrigue in there, but we can get to that in a little bit. The match itself, though, was a good showcase of Liv's in-ring talent alongside arguably the best female in-ring talent in the entire world today, Io Sky.
Arguably, it is the best.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you agree? What did you think, Don?
So, a couple things. One, Liv Morgan was getting a lot of unnecessary crap from people online because she doesn't book the matches. She just performs when she's told to perform. So all this whole she didn't defend it in 100 days. I mean, that's not her choice. I'm sure she'd want to defend it more often than that. The match itself shows that she can go with just about anybody. She had a good stint of matches in 2025, got injured, came back, won the Rumble, that stuff. Was kind of booked a little bit safe, I think. But she showed on Saturday she can go with the best of them. It was a great match. I think what it also showed is Danhausen curses aren't permanent because she was cursed by Danhausen and she still won. So maybe we have a little bit of at least lore there on the Danhausen curses that they're not permanent. They just kind of fade after a little bit. But I was impressed with the match. It was a good opener.
I thought it was a banger. It was the perfect way to start off the evening. I mean, at first I was kind of just like, I don't know if this is the right call. But as the pace went along, we got like a good 20 to 25 minutes in that match too, because I watched it back yesterday. And I was like, damn, they gave them a lot of time to cook. And they did cook. You expected it, expected the interference from the Judgment Day females. I mean, that is what it is. But overall, it was a phenomenal way to open up the show.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, agreed.
before we go on to the next match, I do want to go on your point, Donnie, that she doesn't book the matches, and that's true. But whoever made the decision to put her in Queen of the Ring, I think it was just a bad decision. Like, if Io won the match and then picked Liv Morgan, I would have been more fine. But her beating Liv Morgan and then saying, "Let's wrestle again," I just think it's stupid. Like,
I think. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I think the challenge though is like they thought they were going to be able to run back Stephanie for a bit. She went on leave. They had the rest of the women tied to the tournament for a bit. They still had the IC title that they had to boost. Like maybe they should have still had another name put her in. But the problem was you have somebody else in that tournament. That's fine. But then who is left for Liv at that point, right? Then she still just kind of doesn't really have, you know.
I guess Becky taking a hiatus, even though she was a heel at the time, which I don't know if she is now, because talking now on Monday, Becky Lynch and Stephanie McCare both returned and went after Liv. So
Yep.
it's hard to say, but if Becky Lynch was around, you could have turned her face pretty easily, I think, and then had that be the summer feud.
Yeah, I think they had to turn her face just to kind of have some fresh competition for Liv at this point.
Sol Ruka's just not ready,
Nope.
unfortunately.
Not yet.
Her main roster run has been a bit of a disappointment, but I think a big thing of that is that she's got some anxiety. Like, it's a bigger stage than NXT, and NXT she was very much a big fish in a small pond, and now she's just a fish in a lake. So maybe there's some anxiety there, but
high risk move sets. It's, you got to find your footing in front of 10, 15, 20,000 people nightly rather than 300 in the performance center. So she'll figure it out. She's a pro. She's very talented at what she does. She will figure it out. But there's plenty of time. She's still young. She's got a lot of shelf life left, I'd say, in WWE for sure. So I don't want to diminish what she did. She did have some cool spots in that reign and even prior to the build up to that reign. But yeah, it's not her time anymore, and that's okay. She'll be back.
Yeah, give her some time.
Well, the fact that she says she's buried after losing the Intercontinental Championship to Raquel Rodriguez, who I think people have been saying was long overdue for some recognition.
Did you say
there was
that?
a few?
You said that.
There was a few rumblings online. There were people saying that people are looking forward to Souls just kind of drifting back down to the bottom of the card, or her talent being wasted, or something like that, which is absolutely bogus. Like the Intercontinental Championship, history has shown, can be won over and over and lost over and over again, and it does nothing to diminish the stock of a talent if they happen to lose it. If they get their time to shine with it, magnificent. They can easily work to win it back. It's it's not like a one and done kind of title necessarily. At least not with the women's, obviously, with its short history, but the men's has clearly shown that. And I mean, like we're saying, Soul has just a lot of. Has not been in the business very long as it stands. The fact that she's been able to exhibit as much talent as she has in the short amount of time she's been in the business really shows a lot. The fact that they put her in a match with Bayley on Saturday night's main event before she was even officially called up kind of showcased the confidence that they have in Sol Ruka.
She was the second runner-up in the Rumble this year. She was second to last.
Yep, she was.
Right. Yeah, they have a lot of confidence in her, and I think eventually once she shakes whatever is going on with her off, you're going to really see a lot of consistent and awesome performance. I mean, personally, I think it'd be kind of cool to see her in like a brief little AAA stint. Like, if she's not doing anything with the Intercontinental Championship for a little bit, fuck it, go flip around with Las Toxicas a little bit. I wouldn't mind it. I think it'd be kind of cool. I think there's a lot.
Not a bad idea. I think that would be very good for her. Speaking of very good ideas, was turning Soulless face.
Oh yeah.
LA Knight and Royce Keys defeated the bloodline of Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso. About 11 minutes. Match was very fun. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be, and I'm glad they did not turn Solo heel. Yeah, Solo ran it back.
Oh, that was so funny.
I almost did it. I almost yeeted the one time. I came very close. My arms went up here, and
big pop to Solo running it back. Oh my god, that was so funny.
And Royce looked really good in this match. I thought that power slam over the railing was really cool. And LA Knight was LA Knight. The Bloodline played their parts right, and I like their entrance, minus the whole Gears of War thing. But you know how I am with product placement. So but I like their entrance. It was like a Haka-esque style but Jacob was also a dog. Like, it was very cool. And then the finish was really good because they had them set up for the 1D, and Solo was the one who came in for the save. And that was the right choice. Solo, as a face, is one of the greatest characters on the roster right now. And it's only been 3 weeks. So the sky's the limit for him. Fuck it. Put the title on him next week.
Oh, my God. Come on.
What title? Hold on. Time out. Blood or
yeah.
Flag on the play. What title would you put on him? Let's be specific.
All of them.
Oh my God.
You imagine
Talk about a
that?
curse. Danhausen ain't got
6
nothing.
solo.
You
Belts
just
Yeah,
cursed
on his
Solo.
arm.
Danhausen ain't got nothing on that curse,
Yeah,
brother.
you just
He'd be
cursed
getting
that.
way down with all that.
I think this character with Solo could get to the world title eventually, but for right now, let him have some fun. Keep him now that he's away from the bloodline. Have him be in some more fun stories. Just
I was gonna say, where does he have fun, on Raw or SmackDown?
keep him on SmackDown. I think that's.
So would you what are you gonna do? Throw him in a U.S. title picture?
Yeah, absolutely. Him versus Baron Corbin sounds like a lot of fun.
Mm,
Just
yeah,
because
maybe.
you don't know Baron Corbin, Brandon, doesn't mean no one else does.
We'll get to
This-
that match a bit later, but like, yeah, I mean, he seems like a pretty solid lead-in to go against Corbin, maybe if not right away, relatively soon, I would say. So, yeah, I agree with that.
Like Roman said on Monday, Solo should be here getting my coffee right now.
Whoa,
Solo needs to
whoa,
come back and play his
You're with the
position
super
in the
bloodline.
bloodline.
You're with how Brandon is for Austin Theory. H.Kain is for Roman.
oh no!
But it actually,
Wow,
Well,
that's actually not that bad.
Kane, it
Roman's
makes
good
sense.
though, at least. Yeah, Roman's good.
Yes.
I'll say, speaking of Kane, like we was talking outside the stadium, you said we were talking about kind of what's next, and you had mentioned I thought something to the effect of Solo maybe getting his chops in at Roman for the world title,
It
just
would
kind
make
of show
sense.
people.
It would
Yeah,
make sense. Like the LA
I
Knight
don't
thing,
disagree.
the LA Knight thing makes sense because he's had this hard on for the bloodline since they screwed him. Hey, it happened. But the one thing they said on Monday that makes sense now in this title reign, Roman has been doing everything by himself. There has not been any bloodline interference. You heard him on Monday saying they're trying to make me go back. You guys are going to make me go back to the old me, and I don't want to do that. But he's set straight up. The Jacob stuff was straight up. CM Punk at Mania was straight up with no interference.
Minus him cheating. He did
Well,
cheat in that match, and the ref just
with the exception of a set of
They
steel
did the
steps.
same thing this past Sunday. Like Donnie said, we'll talk about it. But they did the same thing. Like, you don't do countouts. Like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They
my
went
thoughts
for a
on that.
short
There are
adventure
no rules in a
in
Roman
that
Reigns
match.
match.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
was on the floor trying to get to where they were, but I'm like, what the? I guess they're, like you said, no rules in a Roman match.
They fought
But
right next to our section. I did see
yeah,
that. So
but I would have rather them ran with Solo than LA Knight. Like, LA Knight deserves this. Don't get me wrong. But Solo, for the story of their family, Solo should have ran the play. Solo should be here getting my coffee. It should have kind of been a Jacob type thing. Like, if I beat you, you got to bring yourself back to the bloodline as well. And they could have
Bring
ran
it
with
all
that.
in the
They got
fold.
2 months to build that up until Money in the Bank. They got time to run with that and build it up.
give that till War Games time. I assume there will be some sort of War Games thing there. Bloodline versus Solo and Friends.
Man, how many bloodline matches are we getting in War Games? It's like
All
literally
of them.
their match at this
All
point.
of them.
Every single bloodline match, damn near, that's been on the main roster has involved a
It was
bloodline
just
in
one.
some
It was
iteration.
Judgment
The
Day
first one,
versus non-bloodline.
Yeah, Cody. Well, no, Jay was in that match. So.
Yeah, but that's not bloodline, right? Yeah, it was a Judgment Day versus like it was
not even
Judgment Day with Drew
honorary.
McIntyre against like Jay, Cody.
Cody, Randy. It was Randy's return match.
Yeah, and that's the
Yeah,
one where I was in
and,
Chicago when Punk came back at the
Yeah.
end of the night.
Sammy.
Yeah.
So there are 2 bloodline members in that.
Well, Sammy wasn't bloodline there either. But
Yeah.
anyways,
But thoughts on the match as a whole for everybody? I thought it was
this
pretty good.
was a fun match. Didn't have to do too much there. Didn't need to be a long match. I'm fine with what happened.
Yeah, LA Knight getting a pin was, I felt like if he wasn't going to take the pin, him getting the pin would have made the most sense and been the most vindicating.
I
He
think
buried Jey Uso in the process.
Yeah, he did. Buried that fucking head in the mat.
Yeah, and he
BF2.
sold the hell out of that. He sold.
Yeah, he
Yeah, he
did.
sold the shit out of it. Yep.
Yeah, he sure did.
Mm-hmm.
In my
All in all,
favorite
pretty good.
match of the weekend, Gunther defeats Nick Aldis by submission. Gunther comes out in his Gunther way, stoic, ring general, career killer. And fucking Oasis comes on the speakers. Pop, big pop. Nick Aldis comes out, great shape, looks like a star. And then they have a 12-minute match that just I'm very mad that Aldis is immediately going back into being a GM.
They said it though. They said it the whole time. I know you were acting surprised, but
they
like
did
as soon
say
as
it the whole time. He said, "You sign this, you resign as GM. You."
It was temporary. The first night that he did it, that he signed over, it was a temporary thing. They were on administrative leave, and then they came back, and then they signed the match, and then it was like it was still always a temporary thing. And then he went to go to resign, right after the show, and they said, "No, you don't have to resign. You're still GM."
Like, I'm the game, and you're gonna be the GM.
Yeah.
Of SmackDown. No, but this was just pure graps for 12 minutes, and it was a showcase for all this, and it was a great showcase. It showed why sometimes you got to stand up for what you believe in. That was all this whole thing. He got pushed too far, and did he get the win? No. I think him beating Gunther would not have made sense even here, but like it showed why Aldis is so damn good as a wrestler, and showed the people that maybe don't know of him as a 1,000-day NWA champ, or I guess as a 2-time TNA champion. Like who the hell Nick Aldis is, and he showed that he is that damn good in the ring. Plus, it's always nice to see a Cloverleaf because more people need to use that. So, but yeah, this is my favorite match of the weekend. Just pure graphs for 12 minutes and great story. And Aldis got a standing ovation, which he 100% should have. So,
yep.
Yeah, thought it was great. Thought it was cool that it's crazy too because as great a shape as Aldis looked, and he damn sure was in the performance, like after the fact, you hear him talking about how being out of the ring for as long as he has been is really like done a number on his like in-ring stamina. And he said like after what the first couple minutes, dude was just absolutely gassed. And I was trying to watch it back just to kind of see. I mean, firstly, the one cool thing that I got out of watching it back on PLE was Barrett just absolutely marking the fuck out for Oasis. Like I have there's a buddy of mine in the area here who it's British pride, you know. It's like I don't know what the American equivalent is. Maybe like I don't even know, dude. Like I'm trying to think like say what Limp Bizkit. I mean maybe. But like,
depends on what area you're in. It could be Bruce Springsteen. It could be Kid Rock. It could be all kinds of things, you know. But
no shit, yeah. But it's or like Garth Brooks or some shit. Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
Toby Keith. But
Born of the
no,
USA though is a pretty Americana song though, right? Gets the people going no matter what, right?
Yeah, yeah, it gets them doing the whole shit.
But,
you know, we'll talk about
yeah.
that later too. But yeah, seeing Wade marking over Oasis and then watching Nick do his work and then hearing after the fact how just absolutely gutted he was after the fact. I don't think this is the last we see of all this inside a ring. He was very impressive. He clearly still wants to do it. They just don't have anybody right now who I think would be a better GM or who would want to do it long term the way he is.
There's that, but also we need to wait for Drew McIntyre to come back.
Well, yeah, Drew's still got beef too. Yeah, if he might earn Gunther's respect, but he hasn't earned Drew's just yet. And I think Drew's going to work him up into even more of like a personal blood feud kind of a situation where, like, it'll make Gunther jealous because I feel like Drew's going to threaten Nick's whole career in the stip there if they happen to link up in the future. But I've said it. I think given time and kind of building back up what he had, I think Nick Aldis could easily win a WWE championship. That's my take, throwing it out there before September. But I think it's entirely plausible. Give it time, we'll see. But Donnie, what did you think of the match?
I mean, right winner won. We'll say that. Nick Aldis still has it. I'll say that. Gunther, I mean, it's hard to say anything bad about his in-ring work. He
Right.
is the ring general for a reason. I don't think it was my favorite match, but it was a solid match. It did a lot in 11 minutes, you know. So I was entertained the whole time. There wasn't a part where I was just like, oh, you know, like what's going on or whatever. Like the pacing of the match was correct. The sequencing of the moves was correct. You know, inevitably Nick losing was also correct. I was totally content watching that match.
Hkain, your thoughts?
It left me wanting more. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a person that saw a lot of Nick Magnus matches and things like that. So it did leave me wanting more. I'm like Pierce when I saw him use the clover leaf. I ain't seen that since good old Dean Malenko. It feel like it's been that long. So when I saw him do it, I'm like, the clover leaf. I said, oh yeah, he got my vote, and I did want him to win. For stories purposes, I know it didn't make sense, you know, but I did want him to win because I wanted him to continue going as a wrestler. I didn't want him to go back to being a GM. Shit, Teddy Long isn't doing anything. Go get Teddy. You know,
Old,
you
man.
know, like make Nick Aldis a full-time wrestler. Like his conditioning was terrible, as I said, but I mean, yeah.
You can train that though. He can get back
Yeah,
into the gym
Most
consistently.
definitely.
He'll get through that.
Most
There's a
definitely. He
difference
got
definitely.
between in shape and in ring shape. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, he got 20 million muscles. He could get back in shape.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
hey, that dude's winning at life. He came out. He's a British guy. Came out to Oasis, married to Mickey James. Like he's winning life.
Mhm. Got a family. Yep.
Yeah.
Regular family man.
Uh,
Speaking of family men, is his match next?
Fatal Influence. JC
Oh,
Jane, Fallon Henley, Laney Reed defeated the Bella Twins and Paige. 7.5 minutes. It happened. Bree got hurt, unfortunately. And then Nikki turned on Paige, which is exactly what I thought was going to happen after the match. The right winners, it was a match. Like, it was fine. But Fatal Influence won, so big pop.
Yeah,
yeah.
Fatal Influence winning made a lot of sense. The turn made a lot of sense. It's a little awkward now that Bree's out for the foreseeable future because the turn would have made a lot more sense. Just having the two of them be together as a normal heel tag team, but now at least you have the singles opportunity to run Nikki versus Paige to fill a bit of that time, I guess.
And
It's easy.
respectfully, we don't have to hear fucking Bree mode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
That
They're gonna catch us by surprise with that at the
in
Rumble.
stadium.
I mean, the speculated match that people were fantasy booking out of that would have been the Bellas versus Paige and AJ Lee. So I don't know what happens there now. Obviously, they can't do that. I don't know what that maybe means for AJ Lee if that was her planned comeback, and now who
She has a
knows?
broken scapula, I think is what they said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Timetable's 6 months, so maybe that's the Mania match now.
you could still do it by Mania time, but that's a long time to drag out. You know, Nikki and Paige being somewhat adjacent to each other, right? So
you could keep them
Well,
separated and then bring it back at the Rumble. I say
that's
where you-
true.
I was gonna say it's 6 months, so that lines up with February Rumble in Arizona, which happens to be Bree and Nikki's home state on top. So
Mm,
so
yeah.
I could easily see that being a thing. So that'll drive me to purchase my ticket so I can hear Bree mode screeching in my ears from arena speakers again. It was a wonderful experience.
It was terrible. It legit hurt my ears.
It
I
was
went to the
painful.
bathroom during that match. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
was
Matter of fact,
I tried to.
matter
I was
of fact,
doing
me and B Jones, his phone was dying, so we went to go get him a portable, one of those like portable chargers or whatever. And we
yeah.
were walking up the stairs, and the match ended. So we didn't see any entrances. We didn't see anything. By the time we were done, the match was ending, and then B
Yeah.
Jones was like, let's go watch the Bella's about to turn heel. I was like, all right, if you say so. And what do you know? When I seen them hug her, I said, oh yeah, they finna kick her ass. And it happened.
Yeah. I came back. I was waiting for a porta john, and then when I finally get out, all of a sudden they're flipping to the next match card or whatever. I'm like, Pierce, what happened? He's like, it's exactly what you thought, Brandon. And it's like, oh man, I missed
kind of
it. But
called this match exactly how it was going to happen. And
yeah,
it was right. Crooked Moonsault Punk. I'm saying Crooked Moonsault for a reason.
Spot of
he
the
was just
weekend.
he was just trying a unique GTS variation. That's what he was trying to do. The knees were going for the face.
Street Punk when he was 57 in ECW. Defeats Cody Rhodes 30 minutes 10 seconds with the help of a returning Randy Orton. As for the match, I thought it was like a very old school wrestling match. I thought it was a very good match. I think we were expecting something more, but I'm glad that it was more old school face versus face, no frills about it. And I liked that both of them were trying to pull out some shit like that moonsault. Yeah, it was ugly, but like Punk's never been known to do a fucking moonsault, and he tries it for the first time at 47, and it's as crooked as hell.
What's the thing? Don't do what you can't do, right? Just don't do it. Oh my god.
We got an attempted moonsault before a Pepsi plunge in WWE. That's craziness.
The table spot was pretty crazy. He landed feet first on that table. I thought he was going to hurt himself. But yeah, I thought the match was very good. I think it's weird. So we went to WrestleCon on Sunday, and we happened to be walking past the Sandman, and I go, "Hey, I got a question for you." And he like fake hits me with the cane. I go, "How many people ask you to hit them with the cane?" He just goes, "1 million." And he just starts asking us about what our thoughts on the match were, which I like. We had a conversation with the Sandman for like 3 minutes about this match. And he was like, well, you got to get heat, this, that, and the other thing. It's like one of the biggest things about this match, Brandon has been speaking about it constantly, is that we were expecting one of the two to turn heel. So to keep it in face versus face, and neither turns heel, Randy Orton is the perfect catalyst for that. And then you can have Cody out of the world title picture for a little bit, which I think is sorely needed for Cody Rhodes. And then you have Punk go against who won the number one contendership on night 2, which we will talk about in just a little bit. So I think this is the great happy medium which we needed, and I think it was the right winner and a pretty damn good match.
Yeah. I mean, again, like I don't understand like why I don't know if it's just like the Unreal effect now, but you even had like Tess and Corey on mics on live PLE being like, well, one of them's got to turn to be the bad guy. One of them's got to. It's like, why? They don't have to do that. Like, could they do it? Would it be savory? Absolutely. In either case, right? But Randy like was bound to come back, and we finally have Cody Rhodes doing something outside of the WWE title picture for a little bit, hopefully, unless they triple threat this shit, which I could easily see also. But
Don't do it.
I could see it. I'm gonna knock on this veneer, which is still like 8% wood. I'm gonna knock on that.
Wood adjacent.
But yes, absolutely. So it's valid, and I am trying to stave off a triple threat between Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk for the WWE Championship. All in all, though, it was a fine match. I just hope that they don't do like every big long Punk match with that same spot that the Shield did. Like, I call that. I'm like, oh, they're doing this shit where like he takes a GTS, rebounds off the rope, and oh look, he's on my shoulders, guys. What should I do? Think I should do it again? And that was my little tidbit.
They should have kept that for the Shield members. Like, just keep that as a through line for Punk and the Shield. I think that makes.
They'll do it. They'll do it with Randy too.
He'll also do it with Triple H and Kurt Angle, the other two Shield members that didn't get talked about this weekend. So
yeah, Kurt Angle working his way out just to fall on Punk's shoulders. Oh no, I fell over. But all in all, it was a great winner.
I think it was the best match of night 1. Outside of little bits and bobs. Obviously, the moonsault, can't laugh at that enough. I'll laugh at that every time I see it. But it's what you expect out of these two: old school, physical, technical, a lot of a lot of near falls, but not right away. Like, it wasn't a finisher spam match. Randy back is great. The right winner happens. It was a good long match that kept people engaged throughout. Yeah, I think it was the best match of night one.
I didn't foresee anybody turning heel. I knew it. I just knew it wasn't going to happen. And I sat there and I told B. Jones, Randy Orton has to come back. If a referee takes a dive, Randy's most definitely coming back, because I was one of those people that was in Vegas for WrestleMania. I was at WrestleMania. A lot of people are saying Randy must have had some tweak up with his back. And Randy was slated to win the championship. This was supposed to be the summer of Orton all over again, and then it left us one more when he punted him at the end. So then the next night on Raw, Cody shows up with this black eye and everything, and there's nothing to elaborate on the story. I thought it was going to be a case of WWE, what they do best. They start a storyline and never finish it. Like they brought Natty back as a badass, and we ain't seen Natalya. She's in NXT. What happened to her on the main roster? Like, what happened just that quick? I thought it was going to be a case of something like that. So when I seen Randy come back, I feel like you guys, it's a good way to pull him from the title picture. I don't think we'll get that triple threat match, because something in my heart is telling me once we get to it, the guy who won the number one contenders match, I feel like he'll win the championship, and then it'll finally get to him and Randy from what we were supposed to get at Mania that year when he left. But the roles are reversed now. One of them is going to be a heel this time that wasn't the heel initially. One will be the face. So that's what I'm hoping happens. The writer in me would want to see a continuation and a pickup of that, but I know the regime that we watch right now. So we're going to get something dumb as hell, like Big Cass is going to be the new undisputed WWE champion or something.
Jelly Roll, man. Jelly Roll and Logan Paul. Come on,
Jelly
now.
Roll's coming back to get involved.
Travis Scott interference again.
Now he's a movie star now. Travis Scott's a movie star after the Odyssey, so his ship has actually sailed. But Jelly Roll, brother, I got to see that jelly to belly one more time.
Oh my God!
Only one more. Rolling Thunder.
And in the main event, and what should have been the main event the entire time, and I'm glad they put it on last. Ope-Eh defeats Brock Lesnar in Hell in a Cell. I'm seeing a lot, and I know Brandon and Donnie have both said this shouldn't have been the cell. The cell did not need to be utilized that much for these two. It was more about Brock in a cage where he's known to actually hurt people. It's the symbolism of putting two monsters in a cell to fight it out to see who's the best. And I think, and would I like to see the cell used more? Sure, but I think what they did was fine. They used it once. Brock went in the cage. But he's a 49-year-old man, Don. Can only ask so much. I know he looks like that too, but like,
still the alpha male of our species. But
yeah, I thought this was a great match. Like, it was a fight. It could have been a little more. I would have liked some blood, if I'm being honest. It would have made sense for this match, but it was just two big dudes beating the hell out of each other, and Brock gets to be the first guy on the main roster to kick out the fall from grace. That makes sense. And then it harkens back to 2015 where the pine or the oak boards, 2x8s, are shown. And then Brock pulls out a goddamn tombstone pile driver.
No knee pads. No knee pads. Tombstone on the wood. I was like, oh my God, pray for his knees right now.
600 plus pounds.
Jesus.
That's a hell of a spot. Oba kicks out. Now I'm seeing people.
Oba's up.
No sells it.
Oba's the fuck up.
Punches a chair. Fall from grace.
Yeah.
I'm seeing people are mad that there was no fall from grace on the pine boards. Are they fucking stupid?
No.
B. Jones was mad about that, and I was like, B. Jones, Brock Lesnar is about to be 50. You think he's about to take a fall from grace on boards? You're sick.
I mean, it's the last spot of his career, though.
Yeah, so
definitely would have been the last spot.
Yesterday, Brock Lesnar was on Pat McAfee. He announced he is retired. He's done. You know, when he did it the first time, we never really heard him say it. But now that we're hearing him say it, I fully believe it. And he fully passed the torch to Ope. After the match, he came back. He said, "This is the past. This is the future." Talking about Ope. Gave him congratulations, gave him a hug. And it's, you know, it was the promo package had Godsmack's I Stand Alone for Brock. And when talking about Brock Lesnar, that is 100% true. He came into professional wrestling like a tornado, and legitimately like an F5 tornado, and took over. He has held the world championship in professional wrestling 10 times in WWE, once in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's a UFC heavyweight champion, and not only that, he's a defending UFC heavyweight champion. He came into UFC, nobody thought anything of it, fucking took over. NCAA heavyweight champion. He had a cup of coffee with the Minnesota Vikings, and when he ran the combine numbers as a person who had not played football since high school, his combine numbers put him at a point where he could have been drafted in the first round. They were that fucking good. He is a one of one. He is the alpha male of our species, and that's not hyperbole. So to Brock Lesnar, I say thank you. I appreciate everything you did for the professional wrestling world. Dude only had 440 something matches in his career, which is very small, but he did not need to have more than that, because when you are that fucking good and that big of an attraction, you've earned that part-time status. And on top of that, I didn't even say
So
he's the one
we're
in
ex-
21-1. The one in 2020 broke the fucking streak. Top of the food chain.
so we are excusing his Universal title reign of 500 and some odd days.
I said 10 world titles in WWE.
Yeah.
One of those is that 500-day reign. I don't know
Yeah.
what you want.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, are we excusing the fact that he was, you know, there and gone? This is like pre-Roman, mind you, when everyone was bitching about him being part-time and
Brock?
gone.
People were bitching about Brock too, but realistically, Brock he was that big of an attraction. Where
He's an attraction fighter, right? Like, the coolest match I will say that I've seen live in person was Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam in 2022, right?
I was
Like,
there as well.
yeah, I'm not gonna ever see a match like that ever again in my life. Like, and you can't do that without somebody like Brock Lesnar. Like,
No, absolutely.
And realistically, he could have lifted that ring off himself. He just
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. He wanted to take the day off. I totally get it. I'm like him in a little bit in that regard. But no, like, the guy's just, he's always been a must-see guy, right? And you can say, like, oh, he's a part-time guy, but when he's in the ring, guy works. Guy works for every single person that he's in the ring with.
Mostly.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he cares. Like, look at him and Ricochet. He didn't give a shit.
Oh.
Like, you look at him versus Daniel Bryan, him versus AJ Styles, him versus CM Punk, guys who should not have a chance against him, and he puts in the work to make them believable threats that they could beat him. He's the best seller that professional wrestling has ever seen. He has the best kick out at 2 out of anybody in professional wrestling besides maybe Kurt Angle. Like,
Roman Reigns too.
Roman is up there.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, Roman's up there on that, and I would say he's the best main event seller. I would say. I don't know if he's like Dolph Ziggler or JD McDonough levels of selling,
they're
but
better
like
bumpers, but like as a pure sell, like how he sells pain, nobody better.
So people who really know me when it comes to wrestling, I'm a huge Brock Lesnar. I'm a Brock Lesnar stan. I've been a Brock Lesnar stan since his shooting star press where he damn near ended his career. I've been a Brock Lesnar stan since he used to take Zach Gowen with one leg and beat the he used to maim that
him
man.
down the fucking stairs.
Yes, that
F5 does one leg into the fucking post.
Into the post. Oh my god, like that! It wiped his blood over his chest and stuff. Like, just a monster. Like, Brock
Savage.
Lesnar has always been that for me. He has, to me, probably top 5 greatest interest theme ever. Because when that hits, I remember when he first came back from UFC, and I think it was I think Raw was about to go off, and John Cena was in that music. I said, "Holy shit!"
It is final boss music. That's like final
and then when
boss,
he gets to
boss video game music.
Yeah,
hear that
when he
like,
gets to
oh,
showcase
gotcha.
his personality. Like I used to think when he had the Money in the Bank briefcase was
Oh,
hilarious.
Yeah,
That
Brock in
kid
the
was
Bank was
hilarious. Yes,
Frank
he
in the
would be
Bank was fucking
dancing.
great.
He's
yeah.
hilarious. So I'm glad that he gets to end his career, be with his family. He's earned that. You know what I'm saying? He's earned that. He's earned it. He said it's not just over for wrestling for me. It's over for everything. So if you guys are thinking I'm doing this to go back to UFC, he like I'm done.
No boxing, no nothing like
Nothing.
that. No.
Get in there with Stipe Miocic or
He's
whatever,
in a
just for shits
farm
and
in
grins.
Saskatchewan for the rest of his life.
That's it. Him with
Hot
Sable
and
by his
Bears.
side.
Yeah.
That's the
Yep.
ultimate retirement.
Yeah.
If anybody's headlining that Hall of Fame in Saudi, it's going to be Brock, because he's going to want one last paycheck to go out there.
It's gonna
That
have
man
to
is
be
a
Brock.
genius businessman.
Or is it going to be John? John still has to be inducted.
Yeah,
One of the two.
Or it could be
the
Vince.
OVW for.
I'm not going to throw that past.
Listen, I would rather them do Brock in the States. Let me be there for that. You can just get John out the way over in Saudi. Do
No, I
John.
got throw Dwayne out in Saudi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
something. Like, yeah,
Dwayne in the desert.
this blood money WrestleMania. And somebody asked me, like, you usually go to a bunch of them. Are you going to this? I said,
Hell no.
never.
Hell
That's
no.
a flight.
Not happening.
That's a flight.
When we were out at the bar, me and Donnie were out at the bar the day before his wedding, and his buddy Paul was like, "So you guys gonna go to that?" And we're like, "No. Like,
No.
why would we?" And
No.
Donnie's like, "It'd be a pain for Marta to go out there because of how things are out there." And then, like, on top of that, like, would it be a cool trip? Sure, but like, what can you can't drink out there? Alcohol is illegal. Like, what everything's
Hold on, what?
super fucking expensive. Yeah, alcohol
Yeah.
is legal out there.
Yeah, man.
So what's
They
getting
have
them
like
so turned?
segregated areas that they allow alcohol for tourists if you've got a lot of money, but like, yeah, in general, no, there's no alcohol. It's an Arabic country.
Yeah.
So the women got to be dressed up all the way. You can't drink liquor. Like, what
Yeah.
are we doing? What
Not going to Saudi apparently.
Not going to
might as
Saudi.
well just throw
Not going to
WrestleMania.
Saudi.
They might as well just throw WrestleMania at the Milwaukee County Jail, because that's jail. Like, you can't have liquor. You can't be like that. Might as well just throw WrestleMania at the jail. I'm gonna talk to the sheriff. Hey, you want
Yeah.
to see if we can get Mania here? Might as well. It's the same thing.
Hook it up, Kane.
I'm gonna have to. This is crazy.
Yep.
That's funny.
How are we rating night one, boys? I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
I do want to talk a little bit about the match very quickly. I know we kind of talked more about Brock because it was his last match, so I understand it. I was underwhelmed with the match. I was a little disappointed with the match. Obviously, I know why it went the way that it did. And I do look forward to seeing what Oba does next, if it's Braun Breaker or if it's Bronson Reed. Shout out Bronson Reed. Saw him in Toronto. He's looking good. He's ready to go. But I was disappointed in that match. I do want to just actually put that out there.
I do want to echo that as well. I thought that if you're going to have a cell, you should be able to sell the cell. If the cell is going to cut a promo, the match itself should live up to more than just
Of
symbolism
the
and
trilogy,
metaphor.
I will agree it is the weakest. So, but it's more about making Oba into what he's going to become, because Mania next year, if he's not world champ, it's pointless.
I hope it's pointless. I hope he gets there like Cody's trying to complete the mission and then he fucking fails. Listen, I like Oba. But don't shove him down my goddamn throat. Do not do this to me. He's the same man that lost to Ricky Starks in NXT.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now he's this unstoppable guy who lost to Ricky Saints. Get the hell out of here.
Lost to Ricky Saints and lost to the Don, you know?
I was talking to Pierce about this too in the stadium on night one. I'm like, you look at Oba's career from here in NXT to here on the main roster. It was literally that far apart. But as far as the quality of the opponents he's against and the quality that Oba's putting out and the aura that he has from then to here, it's a vast chasm.
Oba was he had aura in NXT. It's just
he did.
He didn't have guys to put up with like that. It was a lot of small guys or a lot of undeveloped guys, right? Like that's
Right.
what NXT was at the time.
Very big shark in a small pond, I will say. But also, like, kudos to Oba for as quick as he developed, too, and the fact that they wanted to just
Guy looked
throw
like
him
a
in there.
star as soon as he got in at the Rumble, so he made it work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think he'll continue to make it work as long as you don't have him no selling everything. Don't turn him into the Fiend.
Exactly. That
Yeah,
Don't turn him
exactly.
into the
that made me
Fiend.
so
If
mad.
if Braun hits him with a spear and it's like a wall and he just like starts to fucking Oba up and shake his dreads and shit again,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be pissed.
No
I'm gonna be
selling or
pissed.
minimally selling a tombstone on bare wood. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's not what you should
I
be.
agree with that.
It doesn't work for me, brother.
Rock freaking out and going to the corner and being like, "What do I have to do?" And then getting the chair and waiting for him, and then Oba punches him.
You can already see him no selling a spear from Roman. That's gonna piss me off, bro.
Mm-mm.
Sorry. I know I probably stirred up some stuff with that, but as far as your question before on ranking the show, I probably put it like a 6.5, 7, like somewhere in that ballpark. I don't think there was like a gold standard match. I think there was a couple saw like Liv. I think Liv and EO, CM Punk, Cody, Gunther, and Nick were like good matches. I don't think any of them were like great matches. Others were just okay. Yeah, I'd put it like 6.8. All right,
Wow.
kind of put mine at.
I give it a 7.25.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I'd say solid 7 for me. There's just a lot in it that looked great on paper, but didn't quite hit for me in the arena. So yeah,
All
7
right,
it is.
night 2, the match.
Wait, Pierce, what was your score? What was your score? I don't recall hearing yours.
I really enjoyed it, and I think being in the stadium definitely helped that. Maybe I need to rewatch it outside of it, but like, I really enjoyed it, and I think being on the floor for it definitely helped for that. So
Okay, that's fair. That does add points to it, especially if the crowd is into it.
crowd was hot both nights. I do want to say, they cut off half the stadium for it for the stage. I don't think they needed to. And people that are clowning it, that are like, "Oh, you guys clown Ada," shut the fuck up. Who cares? Like, shut the fuck up. Night 2. So Finn Balor, Sami Zayn are in the ring. GM Nick Aldis comes out and says, "I'm going to add somebody to this match," and Gunther comes out, which I think is a great capstone for that.
Story appropriate. As soon as I'm like, I do not want to see this fucker winning. Like, I'm sorry. He does not need another title match, but yes, continue.
He said he wasn't just adding one. And Kevin Owens returns for the first time in about a year and a half.
And the exact opposite of what I just said about Gunther winning. Like, yeah. Hook Kevin Owens, title match to my veins. Let's fucking go. Huge pop. Love the fact that he's back. Love the fact that he's in the ring. Like, oh my
I
God.
think that's an understatement. You said a huge pop. That was, and I've been to a lot of shows. That was probably the biggest ovation I've ever heard. I'm in there trying to fight back tears, like, because I just went through spine surgery. So it did help me yesterday watching it back and listening to the commentary. And I got an artificial disc in my C4, C5, and my C5, C6. He had to get his fusion started from his C5, C6. So we kind of went through the same things, but he got a fusion. Like, a fusion limits the mobility in your neck. I don't think people understand, because the first surgeon I met with wanted to fuse my neck, and I said, no, like, you're going to, for the rest of my life, I can only go here and here with my neck. No, you're not doing that. So a fusion is a scary thing. And I started to feel like with the Big E thing, we've seen the last of Kevin Owens. Oh my God. Like, and I was the biggest New Day fan ever. So the Big E thing really hurt my heart, because I know that man's passion is wrestling. And then when I heard that music hit, I felt like the one chubby girl they keep showing on TV who was in tears. I was damn near fighting back tears, like, man, he back. He
You and
back.
me both, man.
He back.
I was
So
damn
I
near
was
tears
very
too.
ecstatic.
I will agree with that sentiment. I don't know if it was that Cody winning or Alexa Bliss coming back at the Royal Rumble last year, those are the top 3 pops I ever heard in my life.
Yeah, and I was there when Cody won. I was pissed that night, of course, but I don't think that pop had that Kevin the roof literally came off that place. Even watching it back on TV. Oh
Mhm.
my God. If when they do that pan of the camera around the whole place, the place was going ballistic.
Yeah, I think I didn't get to see this. The biggest pop that I know in the recent memory, I wasn't there live for it, unfortunately, was Sami Zayn turning on the Bloodline after Royal Rumble, chair shot.
Mhm.
Like that was a pop that
Yeah.
I wish I could have been in the building for.
Punk
I
in
was at
Chicago too. When Punk returned after that
yeah
hiatus, I was there that night for work. That was massive as well.
yeah, but yeah, it was incredible. I'm so glad to see Kevin back, and that guy took no liberties. Like he was doing all kinds of shit that was like just landing on his
Yeah.
head. Like he didn't
Swanton
care.
bombs.
Swantons and
This match was only 8.5
cannonballs
minutes
and
too. This was a sprint, and they fucking sprinted to a finish, and like everybody got their shit in. Everybody looked really good, but it was the KO show, and it should have been because KO, as always, pinned Sami Zayn and
yeah,
is now the number 1 contender for the WWE Championship. Punk versus Kevin Owens. Holy fucking shit.
hell
Give me
yeah,
those promos yesterday.
yeah,
We eating
They
good.
about to cook.
Oh
yeah.
my God. Those promos leading up to this match are going to be hot. And I agree. Kevin Owens should beat Punk for the title because he's
I
overdue
was
a
on
world title. And him beating Punk is just the cherry on top.
I was
And
on Instagram, and I forgot that they've had an interaction since Punk's been back. And it
Yep.
was that time that he was running around with the double wing belt, and that
Mm.
promo cooked like when CM Punk told him one thing I haven't did was lose 5 championship matches at like the Rumble. Like they were cooking, and and I can't wait to hear these promos because from what I thought or heard, there's like a genuine and like a dislike kind of there for each other.
oh, there's
Mm.
hate there.
Kevin and the Young Bucks run real tight, so
Well,
yeah.
and
No,
you look at
before
too.
that, it was some ROH shit that happened. So
Oh, with the shirt, with him wearing a shirt or wearing yeah, I remember that too. Yeah.
Well, and you can tie it into current kayfabe too, because Punk was talking about how he paved the way for guys like Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn is kind of like, what came after Punk left, right? Well, Kevin Owens is very much in the same camp too, and Kevin Owens can take just as much umbrage to that remark as Sami can, and I think he's going to. And I think you're going to see a lot of that resentment come through in their promos, and I think leading up, I'm really excited to see the title match too because Kevin's been chasing the championship for a long, long time,
yeah, he's been
and
a
I
world
think
champ
I
since
think it's
2017.
it's easy to overlook for I don't know, and maybe it's just me, fellas, but for me it's easy to kind of overlook Kevin's universal title reign, even though it was, you know, pretty it was a pretty decent length. It was
It
the
was
second ever reign.
basically via dog
Basically
collar
got handed to him, but
and then he had a really good reign, and then had to lose to fucking Goldberg. But like, I was there. But like,
Who didn't have to lose to Goldberg right around Mania time, honestly.
but it's Kevin Owens back. Like, let's just be happy. Like,
Yep.
quite happy.
That was my top moment of the weekend.
Yep.
Hmm.
Agree. And it's
that
not
was
close, I don't think either.
and in a moment that popped me and Donnie, but definitely did not pop Mr. H.Kain. Baron Corbin defeated Trick Williams in about 9 minutes to become the U.S. champ.
Let's
I did
go,
not expect
Baron
this.
Corbin, the Nomad.
The Nomad, that new theme bangs. Like, it's not as good
No,
as
Matt.
Burn
How
the
Not
about
as
Ships
good as
no?
or
Burn the
Iron or
How
Ships.
about no?
It's not as good as Burn the Ships.
Yeah, you're
Let's
right.
not get ahead of ourselves.
I'm with Brandon. How about no? Because you just made me mad. Like, oh my God, like stop shoving Baron Corbin down our throat. So this man goes to the Indies after being released. He comes back. He steals Carmelo Hayes' spot. Once again, this is the second big show where Carmelo Hayes does not get his opportunity to shine. You
I would have
give it
thought
to
this
Hmm.
would have been a triple threat. I agree.
Baron Corbin. And Baron Corbin, just his move set, everything makes my ass itch. Like I can't stand that I
Thank
sat
you.
through that. and this
I love
comes from a
Baron
Trick
Corbin.
Williams fan, but I am starting to be disappointed in Trick Williams. His moveset is starting to piss me off. Everything is so predictable with Trick. I'm feeling like they're starting to fail Trick Williams at this point.
Mm.
And
Bigger
they
and
need to
better
do
things.
something to save the
He's one
character.
of my 3 options for Money in the Bank this year.
Yeah,
He's
I
on
saw a
track.
lot of Trick in the Bank speculation after the weekend.
Like
So
he's on to bigger and better things. He's at this point he is above the U.S. title.
He
And Money
just
in the
got that
Bank,
U.S. title too. He literally just got that belt.
That
he
belt
is
was
a big
fucking
enough
terrible.
star to be
Putting that
pushed
damn first
past
shit on it. I'm glad he lost.
just wait until the briefcase is furry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's gonna get. It only gets worse from here. It only gets worse.
Trick will be fine, and Baron being U.S. champ and having people like Carmelo or having a Solo chase him, I think makes sense.
Yeah,
It's a shock win, but I'm okay with it. And I thought the match was pretty good. I see a lot of detractors for it, but it was more like a fight, and I really enjoyed that. Like it felt like a real fight. Like these guys were just trying to beat the shit out of each other, and I think it added to the match. And the finish made sense. He sneaks the title in, wins it, and then only one person has ever kicked out at the end of days. Trick wasn't going to be number 2.
no, he sure wasn't. I mean, I don't think Baron Corbin should have the title for very long. Whether
No.
it's Carmelo or Solo or God forbid Ilya Dragunov.
I heard he's damn near done with the company. Like they've given up on him.
Nah, that's a shame if that's the case. But you know, a face is going to come in, take the title off him not too long from now. I could see it gone by Money in the Bank, right?
Who doing it though?
I would say Solo. Honestly, face Solo, U.S. champion, I think is what you do if you don't want to put him right with Roman again. To your point, Dean, that you're saying, I think a face run as him, with him with the title for a bit works. I wouldn't be mad at Carmelo either. Obviously, I think Carmelo's super talented and needs more opportunities to show what he's good at, and that's not just in the ring, which we all know it is on the mic too. He is very competent there, and having a title gives you a reason to have the microphone on a weekly basis. So, but yeah, I would be surprised if Corbin had this title after Money in the Bank.
Survivor Series at the latest, realistically.
So, okay, well, we know 2 people didn't like it. We know 2 people that did. So I guess we got a ladder match next.
Which I think everybody liked who won this match.
Oh, hell yeah.
Chelsea Green defeats Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Lash Legend, Tiffany Stratton to become the interim WWE Women's Championship. For all intents and purposes, she's the world fucking champ, and she deserves it.
Yeah, I hope that this counts as a world title reign. At least they made sure they emphasized interim, but let the record show she is a world champion.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
by popular demand.
And I was watching Booker T and them thing the other day. I think they said Rhea's had another setback, so it might be a longer reign than need be.
Just take if it's past like if she can't be in the Money in the Bank match because Rhea's not back, which arguably she could have been a front runner to win Money in the Bank this year. You got to take that interim title off, I think, and just you are the champion. Yeah, you can have Rhea run it back, but she deserves it. She's capable of leading the women's brand on that show. Way overdue.
Yep.
Shout out Michael Hayes. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what she dedicated her title reign to.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nice when WWE listens to the fans because they could have easily went the easy route and just gave it to Charlotte, which I think would have been fine. It's been long enough for her outside of the world title picture. The fans are on Charlotte's side. Or they could have went with the other shock option, which would have been Lash Legend, who looked really great in this match. Lash showed out.
That's who I picked to win.
Chelsea winning was the correct choice, and I'm very happy for her. And Matt Cardona, who is now one half of the interim WWE Women's Champion. So,
yeah, I want to say 2 quick things about that. So I don't know what you fellas think, but given the fact that Unreal seems to be kind of developing a new iteration of kayfabe in the 21st century? Do we think that Michael Hayes just made up some shit in order to get Chelsea Green over because they
No,
actually
I think
secretly
he's enough
believe
of
in
an
her?
idiot. He's enough of an
We think
idiot
that's
to
genuinely, that we think that's shoot Michael Hayes that's coming from that?
actually believe that.
Called him out on it.
You said
So
what, Pierce?
He said the exact same thing on Undertaker's podcast, and Undertaker called him out. And he's like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh, on 6 Feet Under?
I've never seen Unreal. I mean, I guess I'm one of those wrestling fans that still want to protect that fifth wall or whatever, so I don't watch it. I don't think I will ever watch it, but I don't. It's good to sometimes hear and see how some of these people who write the show and stuff think. Like, for you to not think that Chelsea is a star, you're fucking dumb. That's like
Yeah.
No,
somebody saying
she's.
LA Knight is not a star, and we hear the pop that he gets every week, yet you guys don't do anything with this man.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's fair.
we need to all just apply to be writers at this point. I'm pretty sure we would give a better
Bruce Prichard,
product.
gone. Michael Hayes, keep him as a producer. He's fine as a producer.
That's
But
it.
writing, gone.
Gone.
Yep. Get
All the other
Pete
old
Dunne
men,
writing in there all the time.
out of here.
Get the AI
I w-
bots out of there too. They suck too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No more AI Soul Ruka falling apart like Spider-Man in Infinity War. That was garbage. But the second thing I want to say too, Matt Raywalt from TNA made a really good point on Twitter. Like, there actually have been, and not to get too far into it, but there have been quite a number of swings that pro wrestling companies have been taking. As far as, you've got Willow, you've got Chelsea Green, you've got, other people who are going to be talking about shortly. But like, there have actually been quite a nice little pocket of people. Shout out to fucking, oh my God, Jason Hotch from TNA being the international champion. Like, all these guys and gals who have been getting
Try it again,
chances
Donnie.
recently.
Not even no TNA influence on this pay-per-view at all. Brandon's got to talk about TNA.
I'm fucking saying that Chelsea Green got her due, and Matt called that out along with other things. I'm trying to put something positive into this podcast here, Pierce. Oh, let's spoil him, Brendan. He said TNA.
In what Cage Match thought was the worst match of all time, apparently. Danhausen defeated Dominic Mysterio in Human Money's on a pole match. 7 minutes.
Why the fuck are people rating a Danhausen match on Cage rankings? Like, do you not have better things to do in your life than know a match that is very obviously targeted for a demographic that is not you, isn't for you, and that's fine? Just shut the fuck up. Let the fucking 6 minute and 50-second match happen. Let Danhausen do his dumb shit. Let the Judgment Day do their dumb shit, and let's fucking move on. Like, the worst match of all time, and the promo on Monday Night Raw was the worst promo of all time. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry.
It was inoffensive. It was fun. Brad Williams was one of the Minnehausens, which I found out. I took a picture with Brad Williams and didn't even fucking realize it till after the fact.
Sorry, I get heated about the constant negative diatribe to the fact that wrestling is a variety show at its core, and it's best when it is a variety show. You cannot have every single segment be super serious, maximum work rate, no character evolution stuff, because that also in its own right is boring. Yeah, Danhausen might not be for you. I totally get that. Like, take a 10-minute, dads, take your piss break, take your 10-minute piss break, move on with your life. Let the people who enjoy, let the kids. I was at a watch party in Toronto. A kid right beside us, dressed fully in Danhausen, had a picture. I wanted to take a picture of him. He's like, only if you give me human money. So I'm like, this kid's brilliant. I gave him a $5 bill. Like, it's people like those things, and it's totally fine to like those things. Not everything has to be for you all the time. Sorry, I'll stop yelling about that, but I'm very passionate about it.
I think WWE is using Danhausen so much because it's like to stick it to AEW. Like, y'all had gold here and y'all didn't capitalize on this gold that you had, and we're going to show you how to do it right. Now, do I believe that he is getting shoved down our throats? Most definitely he is. I do hate it at the extent of Dominic. Dominic, we had Dominic Dominic beat John Cena in one of John Cena's finals matches. So you go from that, from being a AAA mega champion and everything that he got. Because if you guys are watching that product, Dominic is phenomenal shit on that product.
Yep, he
So
I
is.
do think it
Mhm.
was the wrong winner. I do think Dom should have won.
yeah,
That would have made sense. Danhausen could say, I still haven't been pinned. I'm undefeated.
exactly.
That would have been fine.
Yeah,
But
and
I get
Dominic,
why
they said he's
Danhausen
very
won, but
frustrated with the writing in his
it was
booking right now.
inoffensive. It was stupid. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. Minnehausens came out. Joe Hendry came out. JD did some bullshit. The curse, and then boom.
What a great choke slam that JD delivered on one of the mini houses.
Oh, that he slammed
Yeah.
he slammed the shit out of him.
Choke slam from hell.
Yeah, it
Generally,
was
it was fine. If you don't like
from
it, that's
3
too
feet in the
fucking
air.
bad. Go watch something else.
Yeah.
I can respect the fact that it does that Dominic is diminished in that, and that's unfortunate. But I mean, you gotta have some amount of to have a match where it's against JD McDonough at SummerSlam. No, I mean you need to have some amount of namesake. It's too bad that it's at the sake of Dominic, but Dominic's character work is strong enough to recover, provided he's given the opportunity to do it. I think.
Yeah, he's such an odd duck too. Like Dom's his aura to his achievement is just like a roller coaster where you said it's up here is John Cena, then it's Danhausen, and then it's it's getting beat by
Nobody would bat an eye.
eh,
Dom with that briefcase sounds like it makes 100% sense.
Yep, I can see it.
I mean, they're stronger candidates, yeah, but I suppose I wouldn't be up entirely aghast
be
if Dom
upset.
were to win it. I wouldn't be upset. I mean,
No.
other people win it? Yeah, absolutely. But Dom, I feel right. It's one of those things where Dom easily could be I mean, look at how he beat guys like Rusev, 4 times in a row. The Money in the Bank briefcase is meant for characters like him. Really, it's best used by characters like his. So I mean, right?
I don't know if he should have beat Rusev 4 times in a row, but
yeah, that in and of itself was bogus, and that's another thing too, where it's again up here, and then it's something happens, up, down, up. So it's hard to gauge his momentum, and I don't know that it's entirely meant to stay stable at any one point in time. But yeah, I mean, like you said, I agree with what you were saying. It's not for everybody. You got to let the show breathe a little bit. You got to get some what do they call it? It's a shorter word for lighthearted humor. My brain's shitting, but you know what I mean. You got to let it breathe. Candor? I don't know.
Chad Gable defeats Penta by submission, 11 minutes. He becomes the Intercontinental Champion. Real quick, them having a Mug Root Beer sponsorship is really fucking stupid. Chad brought his family in, very emotional, and then they are like, hold on, let's get the Mug Root Beer dog up here.
It was so cool that he did the speech after Mask versus Mask again for that. I thought that was really touching and really it was a nice crowning moment to him winning. And yeah, then they bring the fucking bulldog out there and it looked fucking stupid. But
I was hoping it was going to be a run-in. I was hoping the dog was going to just choke Chad out.
It just
in front of his family.
Rips it off and it's El Grande Americano.
Yeah, it's Ludwig Kaiser. We haven't seen him in ages. What's he doing here? What if it was Ludwig under the fucking thing?
I thought the match was good. I wish it would have been given the time their Raw match was. It needed some more time. It felt
it didn't cook long enough for me. It was just getting in the crock pot, just started to simmer. It didn't go long enough than I thought it could. It should have went a little bit under duration that I would say Punk and Rose went, because this is this man's hometown. Let this man put on a banger, and we've seen Penta put on amazing matches. The expectations I have for this match
debut went 20-25 minutes, and it fucking banged the entire time.
Expectations were here, and I think I got a meh. That's what the match was.
Yeah.
Well, and bearing in mind too that Chad Gable's odyssey to chase the Intercontinental Championship has been going since pre-WrestleMania 40 at this juncture. Like when he was chasing Gunter, and we were all disappointed that Sammy ended up taking his spot. And then we get into the El Grande Americano business, and it's like, oh well, he's not actually Chad Gable, and we're playing that game for like
Chad Gable
a good year.
Nobody
Shut
did.
up.
Nobody knew.
And then we go ahead and
pro after the fact. Don't
and
Monday
then,
morning
oh my God, it's Chad Gable.
Nobody had any idea it was Chad Gable. Okay.
Until it was Chad Gable, and we all knew it from the get. And then it's like, oh, now he's awesome, which he's always been awesome. And
I
then
wanted him to win that Money in the Bank as El Grande Americano. I think that's when he got injured. I really wanted him to win that year.
Yep.
that'd have been gnarly.
That would have been hilarious.
But
because he did back-to-back matches. He did back-to-back. He did the Saturday, and then he did the Sunday too.
Yeah. And then went into Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
oh yeah,
I think we're all in agreement. It needed 5-10 more minutes.
Yep. Agreed.
For as long as Chad was chasing the title, and for as long as Chad has been adjacent to Penta in some way since this whole luchador storyline started, like this should have been like an end of a saga kind of a match for Chad. But I'm very satisfied with the result nonetheless.
And now Penta can go on and win the tournament that was just announced today to face Roman in Mexico in September.
100%. Speaking of end of sagas, 12 years to get to this match. Roman Reigns defeats Seth Rollins by pinfall. I said that my favorite match of the weekend was Nick Aldis and Gunther, and I stand by that. But it was not the best match of the weekend. It was this match, and it doesn't come particularly close. This was cinema in the best sense. This was, I do have one detraction, and that's that the ref didn't start counting until they came back to ringside.
Oh my God!
They've been out of the match outside of the ring for like 5 minutes.
Is he technically counting if nobody can hear it?
The fucking crowd goes 1, 2, 3.
Get a mic. 1. Get your asses back here. 2.
Seth comes out in the Shield music, and then there's the visual of him, and the flames go up, and he comes out in a Prince outfit, which is like, of course, he has the Shield mask for WrestleMania 30. And these guys just put on the most like cinematic wrestling match that we've had since WrestleMania 40. And like, it needed to be that because this is a story that's been building for 12 years. It was meant to be the main event of WrestleMania 42, and I think we got what was meant to be. This was a WrestleMania match, a WrestleMania main event on SummerSlam.
Yep.
And it was as good as expected, plus some. And then they even shouted out Dean Ambrose. They fucking did the wacky line and the dirty deeds. And then the ref goes down, and you get the point with the Shield chair. And Roman said, "No, I'm going to prove I'm better than you." And he did.
Seth did it too. He had the opportunity to do it, and he balked too. So
it was just two guys that are connected from the beginning of their WWE careers, finally proving who's better. And it was Roman, and it was always going to be Roman. He said, "It's you and me. It's always been you and me." Spear, 1, 2, 3. For the last time until their Hall of Fame induction as a group, they put out the fist. And if you guys would indulge me.
Brandon's not. He's not. There we go.
Brandon's Kurt Angle in this situation. Us 3
Yeah.
I like it took 3 spears to put him down. I was at the last singles match with them in 2022 at Royal Rumble in St. Louis. I was in the building for that one too, when Seth came through the crowd in the Shield gear and pissed Roman off. And I hated that match ended in a disqualification. That really like rubbed me the wrong way. So it was good to get a decisive winner. No chair shot, that shit. I like how Roman put that down and said, "No, we're going to do this face-to-face, head up. We're going to see who the better man is." So I was very, very, very pleased with it. It was most definitely 5-star. A lot of people never used to give Roman enough credit for putting on 5-star matches. Roman does put on 5-star matches. The match with him and Punk was a 5-star match. Roman puts on bangers, and a lot of people don't give Roman his credit for putting on bangers of matches.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I think like one of the things too on when it comes to Roman's matches, certainly in his entire tribal chief run, is it's not just the work rate of the match, but it's the story, it's the pacing, it's the intricacies and the nuances that kind of flare up that
Roman
do
is
all
one of
those
the best
callbacks.
storytelling
And
wrestlers of all time.
it really tells a story of the entire feud every time Roman's in one of those big ticket matches, and he did it again here. It was the best match of the weekend by far. I was thoroughly impressed by both guys. I'm very glad that there was no outside interference. I assumed that there would have been once the ref spot happened, but again, shout out to the two of them saying no, it's just you and me. We're doing this ourselves. No bullshit. Like
Mhm.
no, it's a hell of a match.
Hmm. Yeah, it's effectively this generation's Austin Rock. Like anything from the outside would have completely cheapened it. And I think they needed, especially with as ticket sales were, in order to try to boost the image and try to keep things going in a positive direction going into Money in the Bank, into Survivor Series, etc. They needed to make this match matter, and it needed to be a WrestleMania caliber main event at SummerSlam. And it always had the potential to be that, like you said. Like, and I will go out and say, like, I was really kind of perturbed the fact that Oba didn't put in his King in the Ring. If it meant him even losing here to go on and continue to rebuild until he was really, really ready at Mania. Um, after I kind of took a breath at that, and then after witnessing what I witnessed on Sunday, particularly live too, it was just it needed to happen, right? Like that was always going to be overhanging, and it was really just a matter of when before they announced it for SummerSlam. I, for one, looking at things from a bigger picture, I'm glad they got this done now when it was a very opportune time for them within story to do so. And a lot of the both SummerSlam main events were really about getting monkeys off the back, right? It's about shedding the old so the new can come forward. It's about Oba shedding the weight of Brock Lesnar so he can go forth and be the ruler that he knows he can be without any disturbances from any beasts in waiting, right? Same thing with Roman and Seth. It's Roman finally shedding the shadow of Seth Rollins from off his back from all those years ago, like putting the period on the end of that long ass run on sentence and finally moving into something kind of different. Like is he a face Roman Reigns now? It makes you ask even more. Is he a face Roman Reigns? Is he a heel Roman Reigns? He's given Seth his props, and yet he's also condoning Jacob Fatu the following Monday on Raw, murdering his best friend, and and now like I guess he's talking business with Rey Mysterio in Mexico, which that doesn't sound like something a heel Roman Reigns would necessarily do.
I thought he
He's too
had been
big
established as a face.
Yeah, I think he's been more
on paper.
heel too.
That was the most face he's been since his face turn was Sunday night.
But then he also condoned a murder on Monday. So
yeah, but as a Roman fan, I'm ready for heel Roman to come back. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not, and that's not the first murder that he's condoned recently. What's the comedian Erica?
Andre,
He
Eric
got
Andre.
murdered.
Oh yeah.
He got murdered too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about that?
So how are we rating
Yeah.
two?
I give this one an 8. I give this one an 8. I think like the matches that you expected not to carry didn't need to, because the big match did what it needed to do. You had 2 great moments in Kevin Owens and Chelsea Green. At 3, actually, Chad Gable as well. So I think the show did exactly what it needed to do. I'd give it a solid 8.5. Now that I say it, like I was thoroughly
That's
impressed.
what mine is. 8.5.
Yeah,
I'm at 8.75.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say my 8.5 is just because all the matches delivered as they ought to have. Like it didn't supersede my expectation. It superseded my expectations as a whole, because part of me thought that night 1 had the potential to go over night 2. They were both pretty neck and neck there for a bit, but I mean, by the end of night 2, I'd say every match, looking at it, did exactly what it needed to do. Everything fit right. Everything flowed very well. And I was very satisfied coming out with everything. So
8.5 for
8.5.
me as well. Like I said, on paper, I think I've told you guys this. On paper, night one just seemed like a stronger show to me. At first, it seemed like night two was compiled of, man, what the fuck is this? And then we get Roman and Seth to be the savior of the show. But oh my God, when we start getting surprises like Gunther being added, then the Kevin Owens, and then I started seeing how other things were playing out. To me, it was just a better night. And it really saved things even more for us. So I gave that night an 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
As my first SummerSlam, I'm very happy I went. I think I got. Is it one of the best SummerSlams all time? I don't think I would put it that high, but I think it's a very good SummerSlam for my first event. And Minneapolis and great host city, and
Except for the tailgating.
except for the
Except for
tailgate.
the tailgating. Come on.
It ain't even just the tailgating. My
Man,
hotel, my Hilton tried to charge me for parking.
Ugh.
Like, what hotel charges you $15 a night for parking? I have a reservation with you. Like, that's parking enough.
yeah. Well, yeah, we stayed at the Westin, and then we didn't have there wasn't any parking that was directly attached to the hotel. They have like an in and out with the I park it, but you're paying nightly for that. So like
I
maybe I
mean,
shouldn't
that's
tell on
fine.
myself.
I'd save money. So
Yeah.
now I have 24 spotted cows I need to drink. So
Well,
I
we've
just wanted to,
Better get cracking with these intros here, Pierce.
yeah,
I
Try to
just
catch a
became a
crack for the
Packers
outro.
fan this year. I should have just walked through the halls and started knocking down Viking shit.
Ah!
but Kane,
Now
Trying to skit with
we got a long
trying to
break
skit
now
with B
for the
Jones.
next WWE PLE. It's not until October with Money in the Bank. So
Mm-hmm.
we got a lot
we have
of
Sunday night's main event next month.
that's not a PLE, but
Also, don't know why it's not called Sunday Night Heat.
yeah. But I mean, we got Heat Wave at the end of the month. Then we got Triple Mania, which I will be confirmed second row ringside for Triple Mania night one. Yeah,
That's
we
dope.
got
Beautiful.
the new
And we got
tickets.
all in. We got all in this month. That's a huge
Yeah,
show.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's true.
So you
Yeah,
going to
all in is a big
Vegas?
show.
That's where
Yeah,
night one is, right?
yeah,
Vegas.
I'll be in Vegas night one. Yeah,
I done been to Vegas 3 times this year. I'm done with Vegas for the year.
yeah, you can take a
Mm.
little break. I haven't been since Mania last year,
Oh.
so
No, you were Vegas.
actually no, that's not
this
true. I was
year.
at my bachelor party. What am I talking about? My bachelor party
Yeah,
was in
yeah.
Vegas. I just
You
related the
remember your
rest.
bachelor party, right?
Yeah, no. I was there in May for my bachelor party, and then we were there
Classic, The
in
Hangover.
WrestleMania last year. So yeah, it's about due that I go back again. So yeah,
Mm.
I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I wish we
A
could
worthy
have gone this year
cause.
because you were there for Vegas too. You could have came out and partied with us with some of the What Culture guys and seen Almost from 15 feet away and be like, God damn, that's big
See?
boy.
That's okay. WrestleMania 44. Once it's done in Saudi and it comes back to the U.S. and it's inevitably going to be in Vegas again, you can always
Oh
look
God.
That's gonna grind my gears.
Fuck all
Listen,
that.
Donnie,
Way
you
in
almost had
Nashville.
me, Donnie. That would grind my gears because I was
Yeah,
so
nah.
pissed that they took it from New Orleans this year. That was my first ever Mania, is 2018 in New Orleans. And I had a ball down there, Bourbon Street. Everything was so lit.
Yup.
I went to an arcade thing. Xavier Wood was having an up, up, down, down thing. I went, got pictured with him. I got pictures with Jinder Mahal outside my hotel just trying to sneak and get something to eat. Like, New Orleans was amazing. And I was very hell bent on going back to New Orleans, and then they threw us this curveball here.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to see where Mania 28 is going to be.
Yeah. New Orleans was probably a front runner, but I mean, there's a few cities that are owed one, right? So New Orleans is owed one.
Indianapolis is
Indianapolis is
or
owed
whatever.
one. Minnesota, I think, is also owed one.
Nashville.
Nashville
I
is
think.
on the list. I don't think it's owed one,
Yeah,
but like,
Nashville got a
Well,
new
that's what
football
it was
stadium.
going to be if not Saudi Arabia this year. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Saudi's like, here's 250 million USD. They're like, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
hard to say no to that.
Yeah. Say less.
Blood money.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Eh?
But that about does it for the show. Kane, love having you on, brother.
Thank y'all. Thank
It's
y'all.
nice meeting you. This is the first time I've ever talked to you, and you're
Nice
a great
meeting
guy to
you as
have on the
well, Donnie.
pod.
I hope to hear more from you, my main man. Once again, congratulations on the nuptials. Enjoy marriage. It's a beautiful thing. I love you guys, Pierce, Brandon. I had a fucking awesome time with you guys this weekend.
Great.
Can't
Best
wait
of
to see
times,
it
man.
happen again. And Ope-Eh.
Hell yeah.
And Donnie, you're back.
I
You're
am
better
back.
than ever.
Yeah. I was always been. No, I don't even say better than ever. I've always been good. So it's good to bring back the spice
when
again.
When you left, it was like, hey, everything that could be happening is happening, plus some. So
Yeah.
good luck, bud.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all good. We're back now. We're committed. We're gonna have a good time here on the show.
Fucking A.
Brandon, Donnie, Hkain, anything you guys want to say before I send us home?
Good.
As I said, I may have flubbed the schedule putting Grand Slam Mexico next week to discuss as I'm watching it right this
That's the results that you can discuss, but like
a full week though? I mean, I can fuck with it. We can make it fun, but like, brother,
Hey,
it's
sometimes
some
you
quality
just have
action.
to. We're at an hour and a half plus this week, which is what I told Donnie was probably going to be the long side of the episode. So, like, sometimes you need a little short, and then 2 weeks, episode 100. That's a big
Hundo.
one. 100. That's a lot of Ope three ways. So,
Oh yeah.
from all of us at the Ope three way, the 414, and the Main Event Wrestling Network, this has been the Ope three way saying, thanks for stopping in. Have a beer on us. We'll see you next time.